So continues to the our work process administration. We have discussed about the dialogue, update, enqueue, background, message server, and gateway. Right up to here we have discussed it. So the next one is called the spool work process here. The spool work process here. So what is the use of the spool work process here? So spool work process is responsible for printing, handovering the print request to the devices. The printing purpose we will use the spool work process. Spool work process we will use it here, right? So here for the spool request purpose we can use the SP01, SP02, SP80. These are the three transaction codes we use for the spool work process here. SP01 is for checking whether the spool request is successfully completed or not. We will check in the SP01. So whether whether the print requests are successfully completed or failure status, the status. These two we can check for the status and all. We will check it out here, right? So SPAD for the adding the printer devices, adding the print devices here, right? SPAD, we use the adding the print devices, addition of the print devices, checking the connection test, locking the printer, unlocking the printer, like adding the your home printers, office printers, everything into the your SAP system. We will go with the SPAD is the transaction code. We will use it here. Administration. AD means administration. We will use it here, right? So here go to the SPAD transaction code. First of all, log into the system here. Log into the system. Click on the OK button. So log into the system. What happened? So basis user, then password is not working. At least SAP stuff is working. So what happened with that user? So there is no user. So someone wrongly done the client copies or something they have done it, which caused the impact of the login to the system. My 100 client 1611 yesterday. Yesterday someone wrongly done the client copies. This what will happen. Okay. If I give systems to our students, so this what will happen to the our system. So unnecessarily they will copy from different to different, they will perform it, which will cause the issue. So that is what it will happen now. So what I will do, I will take the one more system, NW1 for time being. Okay, so here SPAD is the transaction code for creation of the means adding the spool devices here. Here we can add the spool devices, all the printers and everything we can add to the here. So normally rare cases, sometimes we may get the request to add the printer, add the office printer into your SAP. So SAP side, sometimes what happens, the people they may have to print the some documentation, purchase order, sales orders, they have to print it out. In that case, we can use so they have to print from SAP, right? They have to scan, they have to barcode, printer, label printing, everything we can do it from the SAP side here. So if they want to print from SAP, the printer should be associated, the printer should be exist in our output device. It should be exist in the output devices. So in case of new requirement, how to add the printers here, right? Go to the edit mode, go to the SPAD output devices, click on the create, click on the create button here. Then you can just select the output device name. Device name means suppose like office. So fourth floor printer, something like that. In the fourth floor or third floor or first floor, there is a printer. Just you remembering purpose, you provide the device name you provided. So then here short name O4F, something like that short name you mention. Anything you can mention here. But when it comes to the device attributes, what is your device? What is your device means? What is your printer type? Is a Sharp printer, Brother printer, or Canon printer, or Zebra printer, Dell, Epson, Fujitsu, HP, Dell, whatever the printer. Why? Because when you purchase the printer, Lexman, your printer has some type, right? Printer type. So which type of printer you will purchase? So any one of the courier. So any one of the printer you will purchase from the service market, sorry, in the outside of the market, you will purchase the printers, right? That printer has some day, the printer has name, that is the name of the printer here. Suppose like HP LaserJet printer you purchased. Spool server name, where the spool work process is located, that is called the spool server name here, right? So then, so model, the printer model here, the printer model, so LaserJet something, every printer there is a name model, right? Location, printer model location, that location you have to give it here. So this is the important thing here, where the printer is located, then which location and model of the printer. So then go to the access points here. Here there are the types of printing methods are there here, access methods, right? SAP printing access methods here. What are the SAP printing access methods here? You can see there are the types of access methods are there here, right? So in the SAP here, so there the types of access methods are there. There are the three types of access methods are there in SAP here, right? One is the local printing. One is the local printing here. Second one is the remote printing here. Local printing and remote printing here. The third one is the front end printing. Third one is the front end printing here. There are the three types of printing methods are there. Methods. So sometimes you may have to do the local printing, remote printing, and front end printing here, right? So local printing means what? Local. Local printing means, here when you are adding the printer, is it a local printer or remote printer? Either it is hosted on the Windows or Linux. There the types are there. You can see there the types are there here, right? So here you see local printing here, right? If the suppose normally, when you use the local printing, if the spooler work process, operating system level, there is a service that is called the spooler work process and the spool work process. Spooler and spool work process here, both spooler and the spool work process. Spool work process means in the SAP level, there is a spool work process. If the both are on the same host, both are on the same operating system. Suppose this is the operating system. Every operating system, when you go to the operating system and services, there is a spooler. There is a print spooler. The spooler process will come by default. Print spooler process will come by default here. This is used for the printing, the spooler purpose, Windows printing. If it is the Windows, the spooler is from the Windows, then that is called the C method. You need to select it here. C for Windows. C for Windows method. You need to choose it here. L for Linux or Unix method. You need to select it here, right? L for Unix and Linux. You need to choose it here, right? So in case of the printer, both are in the same machine. Means if both are in the spool work process and the spooler process, both are in the Windows, then in this case, the method C you need to select. Method C you need to select here. In case of both are in the Linux operating system, then you need to choose the L. L you have to use it here. L method you have to use it here. Linux, L you have to use it. Unix you need to use the C, direct operating system call method. You need to use it here, right? So this is the local printing here. In case of remote printing, remote means What remote means? Remote means, so both are in the different systems. The spool work process in the different, and so then spooler is the different. Both are not in the one operating systems. Both are in the different, right? So if the both are in the different means, so if the both are in the different, so when you are using the remote printing, if you are printing over the net, normally you will use the over the network. You will print it out here, right? So both are in the different operating systems and different host. One service is, this is on the one operating system, this is on the one operating system here, right? This is on the one system here. So for the yes, for here we need to choose the, if it is the Windows, then remote printing, if it is the Windows, we need to use the yes. Yes, for Windows, we have to use it here. Then here, U for Unix. Unix, we have to use it here. Unix, we have to use it here, right? So this is the methods we have to use it here, right? LPD service. The service, if it is the Windows remote machine, then you need to use the, it is the Windows, then yes, it is the Unix, then you need to use it here, right? Then front end printing, that is just small direct method, that is called the F. We have to use it here. F, we have to use it here. See here, C for operating system call, E for external output, F for front end computer, front end printing, right? G for so front end printing with the control manner. These two are for the front end computer, right? Archiving device, L, and email receiver. Whenever it is print, it will go to the user mailbox, email receiver, right? Then yes, you. So there the types of methods are there here. Types of methods are there to use it here, right? If I use the L local meeting, what is the host printer? Printer host name. Where the printer host name here? Host name. So here we have not defined any host name of the printer here, right? Only spool server and printer also there is a host name. Printer also there is a IP, right? So then you can type the IP address of the printer here. Then you can type the IP of the printer here, right? Whatever the IP, just you can type the IP of the printer here, right? So that is what we can choose it here, right? Suppose like any one of the names name, you can choose it here. Then output attributes here. So it is the color printer. You need to select the color printer here. What is the printing mode? You want to print only one side or both the side or reverse order. So you need to do what is the printer tray option, you need to use it. All the printer you want to use it, then select the all the printer, or you want to use only one printer, just you can use the paper tray printer, only one we have to use it here, right? So tray information. So default tray, then you can use the default tray, it will use the all the printers here. Tray, in the tray one, sometimes we may have to use the different formats, right? Any format or one line, one help, online. So suppose inches, 4 inches paper, 5 inches paper, 6 inches paper. So so you can use the anything here. Just click on the save button here. Then your Office 4F printer was saved here. So like that. So we need to 4F printer got saved here. So like that, we need to define the printers here. Like that, we need to define the printers here, right? So like that, we have to define the printers. So if any request comes to add the printer, just to go to the SPAD, click on the create button. Then you need to provide the printer name. Then what is the printer? Is the HP printer, Laser, Canon, Zebra, Samsung, Epson, Lexmark, whatever the printers you have here. So we can choose it here. You can choose it. Then here, access methods. So here access method, carefully you need to use it here. So if the spools process and SAP both are in the local one operating system, that is a local printing, remote printing, and front end printing here. If both are in the different operating systems, then we can use the, so we can use the L and S, we have to use it here. S is using the SAP print protocol here. So TCP ICP protocol, it will use it here. Both the side, PTP ITP protocol, it will use it here. So these protocols we have to use it in the systems, right? So this way you need to add the device into the systems, right? So then after that, we want to print. Suppose I want to print the home screen. There is a every page there is a printer icon is there. Otherwise, if you type the control P, that will also display the printer icon, and whatever the control P, if you type it here, then it will ask the one pop-up here. Normally, when you go to the printing shop, so then if you want to print something, so they will open the page and they will click on the control P, then it will ask the this type of pop-up, right? So what type of printer you need to select it. Then you can select the office printer which you created. Then just click on the, so immediately I want to print it out. Suppose like all the pages are only some pages here, all the pages. Click on the OK button. Then immediately, so it will create the request here. The request is created. Then immediately the print will be passed to the printer, the office printer. That printer, the print will be passed to the office printer here, right? We are not sure why, because the printer is not here, right? But how can I know? By checking this request 17628, we will come to know that print is successfully completed or not. Otherwise, who given the printer? If they are in the home, then if they see in the office or somewhere, the printout will come from the printer, right? The printout will come from the printers here. Then in this case, just we can go to the SP01 or SP02 to check the whether my print is successfully passed or not. We can go to the SP01. So which user, basis user only, then select it here. So 17628. But this got failed. Error status. What is the error here? There are the total 3 pages here. What is the error here? So the page is currently printed, but is it correct one? Maybe during the print. So this printer is not there. Is it correct printer? Office, yeah, O4F office printer. So it is error. Why? Because there is no printer like this which we created. That's why it got error status here. Total 3 pages. It got error status here. What is the page contains? This is the page should be print out. This is the page. 3 pages should be print out from the printers. But this we got the error. So here we can see the error status and everything here, right? Which means the print request got failed. Let me check how many are failed currently today. So here, see there are a lot here. Only one is there here, right? So let me check the up till now. There are a lot of 4,615. These all are the generated from the jobs, background jobs, client copies, background jobs, client copies. So there the lot of things will happen in the system. So we'll not only generate it here, the others also will generate background job also. Whenever job executed, there is a print request will come, right? Whenever the job will come, there is a print request will be executed here. So like that you can see all are the printer pages, all the printers are executed in the systems here, all are executed in the systems here. So here we can observe it, what has been executed and everything. We can see the result. This results has, they are trying to print these results, so but it's not printing because of the printer is not exist in the systems here, right? Suppose if I use the in the same SPAD. Why? Because local or remote printing, it will give you the error. Why? Because we don't have any printer, so definitely it will throw the error messages here. But if I type this one, if I go to the methods, if I type the F front end printing here, then this will be success. Why? Because it will use the front end printing means it will use the printers which are locally configured in your laptop. In your laptop, which are the printers are locally configured, that will be printed, right? That will be printed here. Suppose example, I want to print this document here. Then click on the print icon. Then here, local printing here. Whatever the printers are there in your laptop, so all the printers will be displayed. Click on the OK button. This will be saved. This will send it to the printer. Will be sent to the printer. Then when we go to the SP01 to check the status here, here we will come to know this is completed. Why? Because this duty is print to PDF option. Print to PDF option here. Somewhere it will be saved here, right? Print to PDF option that got saved into the here. That's why you can see possibly it got printed here. You see here, possibly completed. The printing is processed by the spool work process is completed. It got printed, right? Which means this is only just a print to PDF only. The front end printing. Front end printing means which is locally configured in your laptop or desktop, not in the SAP system. Locally configured printers. Locally configured printers. Locally means so your laptop or desktop, someone when you purchase the laptop from the office, your IT team must be configure the printers, right? So must be configure the printers. So those printers related things we can we can configure it here so that whenever you use it, no need to configure it. Just as it beside this will be printed, right? This will be printed as a PDF. Your local printing as a print to PDF that is printed here. Like this, the people will will do the many things from the system. Many things they will do it from the system. Suppose I want to print this logical systems here. Just click on the create button, click on the OK button. Then you can just choose the whatever the printer you want to choose it here. Office printer, click on the OK button. So this is printed 17631. Then when you go to the, I want to check whether this is printed or not. So you can go to the SP01 or 02. SP02 is only for your user only. SP02 is only for your user only, right? So this still it is not committed here, right? But when you go to the SP01, it is for the all the users. When you go to the SP01, this is for the all the users here, not only your user. When you remove the your user, so then you can put the star, all the users information will be displayed here. All the users information will be displayed here. So don't think like we can only do the printing from SAP, only that purpose we will use the this SAP printing here, right? Only printing from SAP. So only we can use this one here. So not only this one, in the label printing, when I want to print the label from SAP, label printing, scanning in the airports, the many places, then manufacturing, smuggles. So many ways they will use the SAP printing here, right? SAP, so label printing. Maybe if you see the label printing, anything our duty is we need to do the our duty is we need to configure the things in the systems here. Labels, barcode printing, label printing. You can see here how the labels will print out. Label printing in the above, barcode printing, label printing in the bottle, manufacturing printing. See here. So see here with the mobile how they are doing the barcode printing and all this printing here.
Distribution Incorporated is
This
a leader in developing Zebra RF
so
scanning
yes,
and
for
barcode
systems.
printing equipment, along with software and services to distribution and manufacturing companies running SAP ECC 6.0 or S/4HANA software. BCCD's goal is to optimize inventory accuracies and efficiencies within a warehouse and plant. This is why we developed.
Not only here, the barcodes, scanner in the airports, bag checking. So many places just don't think like, oh, SAP, only SAP level printing purpose only we are using this one. So, but sometimes some companies, especially, they will use the SAP to for only barcodes, labels printing, labels in the bottles. On top of the bottle, we have the labels, right? Water bottles or any bottles who will print sometime SAP. If they are using the SAP will print that labels here, right? So that is the very important thing here, right? Normally we will get the barcodes, right? Sometimes we may get the barcodes. Who will print? SAP will print sometimes, right? So then labels, barcode. So many places, airports. So airports also the bag checking. Many places, the SAP, they will use the SAP to print it out. But every time, whenever they want to print it out, the paper or barcode, anything, so they will use the SAP. SAP, they will use it. So SAP, then they will do the printing here. They will do the printing here. They will go to here, barcode management. labels, what printing you have to do it. So several documents. So many places they will use the SAP. Simply say, so many places they will use the SAP in the airports, bag checking. So
BCC Distribution Incorporated is a leader in developing Zebra RF scanning and barcode printing equipment, along with software and services to distribution and manufacturing companies.
so in the airports, the bag scanners. So they thinks they will use the see here scanning the bags and everything. They will use the SAP, right? So you can see it here. So there are a lot of things are there here.
BCCD's SAP certified Tran ASAP software operates in real time and is directly connected to SAP's MM, IM, WM, and EWM modules, utilizing SAP's ITS mobile web browser technology for automated and simplified inventory-based transactions on the warehouse floor through its series.
So mainly for the warehouse product-based companies, so this will be useful for them. Product-based companies, so this will be very useful for them. Yeah, some companies they won't use any printing. Some companies, especially, they will use only this product-based companies. They will use it for the printing purpose and everything. So they will use it here. So this is the main thing of the spool work process. For every time, so any print you will use it here. Here this spool work process which is there, the spool work process will be used here. Spool work process will be used for the printing purpose. That is the main advantage of the printers. The main advantage of the printers in SAP here, right? So this is the main thing here. Let me check this issue in SAP. Someone corrupted the data, so let me pull the data back to here. What is the source? 400. But because it will impact your guys only while practicing, you are unable to log in. So that's why let me try to pull the data from 400 client to 100 client. This is our next topic only, client administration. In the client administration, so we will discuss about the how to copy the data, what is the client. So all those things we will discuss here. So it is copying the tables, that is fine. Okay, so this is the meanwhile, this is a spool administration part here. So mainly you need to remember is, so normally functional team, they major thing, they will work on the paper, printing, labels and everything, what label, how to, but adding the printer is very important. So you need to go to the SPAD is the transaction code. Then, so you can just click on the output devices. Then you can select the what is the output device, how to create the device, click on the create button, then add the device here. You need to add the devices like this here, you need to add it here. Once you add the device, then you can use for the printing. They will share the all the details. What is the type of printing, what you have to use it, what is the printer model, you need to select it. Or if they don't provide anything, we need to ask them what is the printer and methods, what methods we have to use it, all the information we have to ask them. So they will provide the all the details. So based on that, we can get the some data from the SAP here, right? So that is the main important thing here, right? So that is the printer printing methods here. Only printing purpose. they will use this SAP printing, they will use it here. SAP printing purpose, they will use the printers. So apart from that, so they may not use anything, only printer, scanner. So this purpose they will use it. Why? Because SAP, if they are using for the payrolls, means definitely during the appraisal time, we may have to use the multiple documentation. We have to print it out. We have to print the documentation, pay slips, statements, and everything. So we have to print it out, right? So that time, so this SAP will be helpful to print the data from the our side here. That will be helpful here. So that's why we use the print methods, printing methods. We will use it here. Okay, that is the printers related information. Okay, so with this, so we have completed the spool work process administration. We have completed, sorry, print SAP work process administration. We have completed, and background jobs we have completed. Then tomorrow, that is the very important. So client administration part. Client administration. What is mean by client administration? So that is the important thing we are discussing here, right? So that is the one thing. Okay, so now